Welcome back then to the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Open. It's been a terrific finals day so far. Already on to our second final. There we are, just confirmation of the mixed doubles winners, Chan and Go, coming through in an absolute epic 29-27, 82-minute match against Jordan and Octavianti, the 5th seeds. Next up, it's women's doubles. In our second final, nothing would delight the unseeded duo of Kim and Kong more than the 4th consecutive win over another Japanese seeded pair. This time they take on Matsutomo and Takahashi. Having downed the seeds 1, 3 and 6, can they apply the gloss to a spotless tournament so far and a fairy tale run all the way to the title? There's the HSBC race to Guangzhou in women's doubles, and you can see at number 6, that's who we are featuring in our women's doubles final. Matsutomo and Takahashi are well placed as they are in this tournament, having come through at the foot of the draw. And you don't see the 30th ranked Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young yet, because of course they're ranked 30th in the world. But on the back of what they've done so far in this tournament, they will raise up the rankings and possibly even contest Guangzhou in the end. There's the draw. And you can see the path that they've sived their way through, the Koreans. They've taken down 3 Japanese seeds, and no less than that match yesterday against Fukushima and Hirota. Well, that was absolutely incredible. An hour and 42 minutes, 21-18 in the deciding match here on Show Court 1. They went through 53 shuttles in that match, apparently. Can you believe it? So, but today they take on Matsutomo and Takahashi, which again, more Japanese frenzy to deal with. Let's see what'll unfold.
It's time for the women's doubles final at the 2019 Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Badminton Open. Would you please welcome your officials, led by umpire Trish Gubb, New Zealand, service judge Sheehan Lim, Australia, and a very special VIP guest to help with the coin toss representing Sky City. As we welcome our players onto the court, our first combination are in their second final of 2019. The Korean pair has made a brilliant start to the Olympic qualification window. They've had a wonderful run through the tournament. They are ranked 30th in the world. From Korea, Kim So-young, Kong Hee-young. And their opponents,
so here we are then, our players making their way to centre stage, led out by the Koreans, Kim So-young, 26 years old, and 22-year-old Kong Hee-young, world ranked 30th at the moment. Have been as high as 21 in the world together back in February. They won the Spanish Masters and were runners-up in the Indonesian Masters as well. So, but building their experience here, this is a super 300 level event, and they have fared brilliantly. Can their fairy tale continue, having downed 3 Japanese seeds, no less, in women's doubles en route here? They've been playing mesmeric badminton, but today will be a really tough ask as well. They downed the top seeds yesterday, but today take on Mizaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi, the 2nd seeds in red and blue on the right of your picture there. There they are, just shaking hands with the umpire and service judge, umpire Trish Gubb from New Zealand. And you can see that the Japanese lead the head take, showing 3-0. The last one was at the German Open in 3 close games, but still Kim and Kong yet to beat them. Japanese elected to receive. Flag bearers make their way off stage. Kim to serve, and they're staying this end. So they are fearless, the Korean duo, as we just watch them begin the warm-up. So there is Kim So-young, 26 years of age, from Daegu, South Korea. Has been as high as 4 in the world with Chang Yi-na. Currently ranked 30th with her current partner, Kong Hee-yong. She is very powerful overhead. The young 22-year-old, 4 years junior to her partner from Daejeon in South Korea, and herself, well, been up to 21 in the world. And you would imagine after their endeavour here, with enough points, I'm sure she'll be nudging towards that career high ranking yet again. Their path through, as you can see, it's not all been plain sailing. The last two matches in the quarterfinals and the semis, they were taking the distance. I mean, that match yesterday was just a treat to witness and be part of. 21-18 coming past Fukushima and Hirota. As if that wasn't enough, they took down the third seeds from Japan and Tanaka and Yonemoto as well, the sixth seed. So they enjoy playing Japanese players, and they have been fearless throughout. Here is Ayaka Takahashi, the 29-year-old from Nara. Been up to one in the world with her partner. And there she is, top of the devil, 27 years of age. Mizaki MATSUTOMO. They eclipsed the rankings back in November 2017. This is their path through. Haven't lost a game so far. It's all been relatively plain sailing for the second seeds, who've sort of knifed their way through the bottom half of the draw, coming right down from the foot. They lead the head-to-head here, 3 matches to 0 coming into this. So we'll be feeling pretty good, but fully aware of how dangerous the Koreans have been. Trish Gubb in the chair from New Zealand. And the service judge, Shihan Lim from Australia. So the warm-up is done, and we're pretty much ready to start here. So just a little bit of shadow badminton for Kong Hee-yong. She was standout yesterday. Indeed, they both were. They twinned so well together, and, you know, by their own admission, they got fairly emotional afterwards, dropped to their knees in disbelief, having just downed the top seeds. Can they repeat that kind of level? They have done all week, and surely many will be expecting the bubble to burst, but they'll need to play at their very best again today to get past that sort of never-ending wall of Japanese opponents that they've faced so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Ayaka Takahashi, Sasaki Matsutomo, Japan.
The All England Open champions, these two.
And on my left, Kong Hong, Kim So-hyung, Korea.
Well, they've got a generous hand, understandably, Kim and Kong.
To serve to Ayaka Takahashi, love all.
Start of the women's doubles final then, here in the company of Paul Hand and Ollie Leyden-Davis. Great to have you along.
Yeah, we mentioned the road to the final for the Korean pair, having taken down, well, the current world number ones and the former world number ones, as well, who are currently world number twos. So I guess the biggest challenge today, can they take down the Olympic champions as well, to add to what would be a sublime triumph this week.
We're in for another treat, you know, you can feel it. That's the quality from the off. 46 shot rally.
over. 2, 1. Play.
Bullying and insistent there,
3,
Kim.
1.
Strong start from the Koreans. Needs to be. There's the squeal of approval that we heard so much yesterday after every time they win the point. The Koreans are really vocal and kind of in-your-face sort of style. But it served them well, and they've brought the energy from the off here. I guess the question is, Ollie, how much gas is in the tank? Both of their last 2 matches, they've gone well over an hour played.
You would expect today's game to be anything less as well if it goes the full distance in all 3 games. But also, you can already see some heavy strapping on the leg of Kong. I'm not sure whether that was there yesterday as well, but you'd have to think that there are some effects of the long clashes from the previous rounds.
Service over. 5, 2.
Smash found its mark.
Too late.
They thought it was going to spill over the back line. Now, they've thought about a challenge, but they've been denied. Trish Gubb has been very firm.
Now. No.
No.
Challenge must be immediate. Return the shuttle.
She'll be aware of that. They feel hard done by, though. I think they want to speak to the supervisor.
No.
Well, it's smiles born out of nerves and frustration, I think.
Takahashi. Takahashi. Challenge must be immediate. It was not. Return the shuttle. Yes.
Yeah, I think the confusion's coming from the fact that they didn't realise that it was been called in by the lines judge,
Play.
which is why there was no immediate challenge from them.
Well, in all the din of background noise, people so excited, perhaps they thought that, you know, they'd missed the call maybe, but there wasn't one. Simple as that. Well, yesterday they had a career-defining result, didn't they? Taking down the top seeds, Fukushima and Hirota, and they have been fearless, and the body language is terrific from these two, clad in black. They're marching around, head held high, very businesslike, and raucous every time they win a point.
Service over. 3, 6.
look for that combination from the Japanese pairing quite frequently throughout this match. Takahashi is the one that has the more power of the two. And just standing in that formation there, Takahashi on the back line and Matsutomo at the net. Certainly the way around they're most dangerous, as we see as well from the Koreans. Except we have Kim at the back this time. It's Kong that's the more powerful of those two.
Oh, brilliant. Superb. I think their tenacity has been really quite unsettling for the Japanese.
7.
They have the consistency as well, don't they, that the Japanese are bringing, but they've also got that occasional sort of edge in power, which really bodes well and sort of paints a little complexion for you about how they've had such success. Particularly Kong here in your picture, as you said, Ollie, she's power-laden. But they walk a tight line of tempered aggression. She's found that as well.
8.
5-point buffer now. Now you'd imagine this will allow them to play even more expansively, loving that body language. They spoke of that in post-match interview. They've both been backing each other, talking to each other so positively throughout, almost as if they expect. Well, that has to go down as the longest rally of the match, doesn't it? That was just
9.
fascinating
3.
throughout. 51-shot rally.
Yeah, the raw power of Kong just finishing off that rally. I mean, we mentioned her power as well,
Play.
but Kim is certainly no slouch in the back line either. She also has the variety in the stop drops and her cuts and her angles that she has. A little bit fortunate there from Matsutomo.
4. 9.
Making contact with the return using the frame.
Beautiful.
But it means that Kim and Kong combine together quite nicely. You have the raw power complemented with the angles and the cuts
Thank you.
that Kim can use.
Playing a little footsie as well. That's what it looked like, didn't it? Just getting rid of some beads of sweat on the court, dancing together almost. Yeah, they do twin beautifully, Ollie. You're absolutely right. Eloquently put.
5. 9.
And they've built their fan base as well, because they're so impassioned the way they do their business on court. I think many have really come to love them here. They've got a lot of support.
Kong Hee-young challenges called out.
The scary music starts as we go upstairs. Wow. Country mile.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Six, 9. Play. Seven, 9.
bullying their way through in the end. The Koreans,
7.
that was emphatic. Just finding the right opportunity to just close that net down with authority. Look at this, 1 and 2. They've strong-armed their way into the final, and they're hoping they can muscle their way through to the spoils. Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young then head to the mid-game interval first with a lead of 4 points, 11-7 inside 15 minutes played.
In the King's Lounge, upstairs on the mezzanine floor in the King's Lounge, autographs with our Indonesian mixed doubles combination.
Players making their way back then after the turn. 4-point cushion for these two. Continuing in that vein. They've been so assured so far in the match. Japanese normally so good at soaking up pressure, but this time it was just overwhelming. Kim and Kong here from Korea in this women's doubles final of the New Zealand Open, sponsored by Barfoot and Thompson. And just keeping the upper hand, powering through. Well, they did well to salvage something there, the Koreans, out of that one. I thought that they were in a lot of trouble there, a bit of a miscommunication, but Kong had to retrieve and keep the point going. To no avail in the end, though. Credit to the Japanese, very patient.
Terrific counter-attacking from Kong there.
13-8.
Very awake to the high smash that came cross-court. This one here from Takahashi. She was well aware. Fantastic interception as well.
14-8.
Of course, not possible without the placement of the serve, but just taking a chance on what is quite a common return when you serve in that position just into the tee.
Good variety with the smash kill lines, mixing it up nicely. Tough to get a read on them, isn't it? Now, these two have been stripped of any time and finding it increasingly tricky against the ranking underdogs. The red and white team of Japan are strong ranking favourites to come through this. Well played.
Service over.
MATSUTOMO so
9-16.
quick to pounce on that.
Return the shuttle.
Oh, that is just vicious
Service over.
from Kong.
17-9.
Phenomenal power that she has.
Japanese normally so watertight in defense, but the Olympic champions have just been pummeled through at the moment.
Service over. 10-17.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't say too much, obviously, when there's 3 Japanese pairs almost in the top 5 in the world in ladies doubles at the moment, but there's one thing that could be said to critique their style of play, especially over the last 4 or 5 years, is that they are a fraction defensive. But so far, there hasn't been any really pairs in the world that have been able to create as much pressure, I think, as this Korean pair is today.
Suggesting a little too defense dependent. I buy that entirely, Ollie.
But I mean, I also think we're seeing the emergence of a top quality pair as well in Kim and Kong.
Service over.
It's going to be
11,
fascinating after this
18.
tournament whether they can sort of continue in that kind of vein.
Yeah, absolutely.
No reason why not. You'd imagine they'll take a lot of belief. They're strong enough. But I guess it's all about performance consistency at this kind of level and above, isn't it? Once you break that top 30, which is where they're ranked right now. But I do love their energy. They're fist pumping and
19,
high-fiving
11.
and smiling. They're really having fun out here. And very often it's easy in your first tournament to, well, not easy, it's the wrong word, but it's, you know, it's easier. But then to sustain and do it when they're under pressure, it'll be interesting. But so far they're on the front foot and looking incredibly and more menacing by the point. They've got 9 game point opportunities against the second seeds here. And world number 4s, former world number 1s and Olympic champions really up against it. A little too greedy with that, perhaps.
12-20.
They've got plenty of wriggle room, though. Another 8 game point opportunities, even though this one missed. Trying to finish in a flurry there was Kong. Found its mark. Precision smash from Takahashi. But it all feels a little
13-20.
academic.
Change.
With another 7 game points to fend off. Surely the Koreans, having done what they've done all tournament, will put this game to bed.
Play.
3 mighty Japanese women's doubles superpowers felled. Desperate to get halfway home, the Koreans, and make it 4.
All right. Very quickly. Thank you.
The Korean coach, always very animated at the back of the court. Japanese looking pretty glum. They realise their odds are slim. Koreans just gesturing, calm down, we'll find a way. Another 6 game point opportunities to the team in black. Well, I tell you what, a couple more of these kind of points, they might get a little tight, Ollie.
Yeah, 13-20 is a long way to come back from. It has been done.
Korea, play.
But yeah, still 5 game points for the Koreans.
There it is in the end then. So Kim and Kong halfway home in this women's doubles final, doing a great job securing the game. 21 points to 15 inside 25 minutes played.
Prizes to give away, and I'm coming down to the end grandstand here. And this is called Dance Cam. If you want to win a Badminton New Zealand shirt courtesy of the Onyx and Badminton New Zealand, when the music starts, let's see your moves. Here we go. Keep an eye on the big screen. If you're over the big screen, show them what you got. Come on. I'm going straight away down the front here with one. I'm going straight away here. Where else do we go? Oh, we got a little one here. What have we got for us? Come on, Chaz, your moves. Where else do we go? Oh, what have we got now? Come on. What do you got? You got any more? Here we go. We got this here for you as well. Fantastic. For the dance cam. Hope you're having fun, everyone. New Zealand Open.
So players taking their time to get back to court. Resuming on the start of game 2, a game which is a must-winner from Japanese perspective, having lost the opener. Matsutomo and Takahashi yielding their first game of the championships. Can they redeem themselves in red at the top of your picture? Well, it's going to make for fireworks this game, I reckon, because the Japanese have evidently upped their intensity and really starting to rifle that shuttle round as well. So it's lights out, fireworks here. Really good to watch.
Yeah, explosive start to the second game. I've been talking a lot about the attacking qualities of the Korean pair, but seem to have neglected their defensive abilities. It's really difficult for the Japanese pair to find a way through at the moment.
Service over. 1-all.
Well, in their 3 previous meetings, they've twice lost a game, have Matsutomo and Takahashi, to this very team, but never lost to them. Can they swing it round in 3 games? That's all that'll be on their mind. No misjudgment, the Koreans love it. Landed in. Lines judge with the hands down, gesturing exactly that.
1.
Takahashi under pressure. She's got that wrong as well.
3-1.
Back-to-back misjudgments. And she's looking around a little bit kind of frustrated and disinterested almost, which is very uncharacteristic. Kind of like a deja vu situation there.
Terrific interception from Kong.
1.
You can see the excitement on her face as she runs around the court in celebration as well. Second time she's read that exact return in this match.
Yeah, she's the youngest player on court, the server, just 22 years of age, and she's having a ball, isn't she? Well, that's gone long. Well, you've got the misjudgment one end, you've got the precise judgment the other.
1.
And the scoreboard now starting to compound pressure onto the second seeds. That has just missed.
Challenge.
Yes, she's going to challenge.
Service over. 2.
Oh, no, she's not, beg your pardon. Just thought she did with her arm, with her racket in the air for a minute. Comes with the territory.
5. Change.
They're dynamic and exciting to watch, and on occasions they will be errant because of their game style. Now these are exactly the kind of points that the Japanese prey on, teasing out error. Oh, but they didn't anticipate that. That was just pummeled between both Japanese players
Service over.
with such brute force from
6.
Young Kong.
3.
Yong, watch this.
Yeah, you can see it all over Matsutomo's face in the replay, knowing that she should maybe take half a step over and try and take that one. Just guilty of leaving a little bit of a gap between them. It's generally the player on the cross court that needs to look after that.
She's having a ball, isn't she? Tournament of her life. Indeed, they both are. But her partner, bear in mind, has been up to 4 in the world before, Kim So-Yong. So she's kind of used to that kind of level. Oh, hang on, a swing and a miss. Where's the strings gone? I think, yeah, she hit the deck with her racket at some stage, and I thought I heard a crack. I think she cracked the frame.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a broken string.
Anyway, she doesn't want to take responsibility for that miss, does she? Blame it on the racket. She redeems herself immediately.
Service over. 8-4.
She's like a young pup, just so excited, having a great time.
Change.
I do love her mindset, though, and her sense of adventure and positivity. Outstanding. Really refreshing. Well, the Japanese, in their attempt to be a little bit more sort of forward-thinking and proactive, just kind of over-forcing the play a little.
Service over. 5-9.
Again, good play from Kong, despite coming up with the error at the net. She read the return well. But yes, the Japanese pair being forced to do things that they're not overly comfortable with at the moment. Another smash winner from Kong gives them a 5-point advantage. But they just can't keep continuing to play in the defensive manner that they have been throughout this match. The attack from the Koreans is just too good.
Takahashi again just looking round, just momentarily switching off with her concentration, a little frustrated because they're just being bullied out here at the moment. It's just absolutely magical from Kong Hee-young, who helps her team get that 6-point cushion. It's 11-5 at the mid-game interval in favour of the underdogs.
University pathway programs and vocational colleges at 50 campuses across 3 countries. The Warriors 17 classes and level, their 1,300 employees are dedicated to helping students prepare to be skilled, highly employable.
실수를 몇 개 하게 되면 우리가 저를 다시 반전된다고 살아나. 그것만 주의하면 돼. 빨리 하려고 할 필요 없고 과하게 안 돼. 이용이 지금 잘하고 있어요. 지금 해도 그렇지.
Well, the Japanese looking a little out of sorts, but quite frankly, they have just been outplayed, the second seed so far. They've not been allowed an in by a very dictatorial Korean performance from Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young. 35 minutes played, and the team in black are definitely in the driving seat here, though that was a service error that she winced at, understandably. They don't want to let go of that sort of headlock that they've got the Japanese in right now. They can't relinquish that grip.
Service over.
Back-to-back service errors then from both teams.
12-6.
Perhaps tension of the occasion.
Service over. 7-13. 13.
Well, both teams just going through a little bit of a minor lull. No cause for concern. It's naturally going to happen at some stage. They ride these waves of concentration in and out a little. But again, Kim this time, no shortage of power from her.
14-8.
Yeah, just showing how dangerous they can both be from the back of the court. Lovely little deception from Kong at the net prior to that lift as well.
Service over.
Well played.
9-14.
MATSUTOMO there. Almost came back.
Yeah, you're just seeing how hard the Japanese are having to work to score their points at the moment. Minus a couple of easy mistakes from the Koreans after 11. But even that one almost came back. And then when Kim and Kong
Service over.
can quite simply just go bang, bang,
15-9.
and score the point, can be a little bit demoralizing from the Japanese perspective. I think that expression from Takahashi says quite a lot. Just mentally as well, when you have to work so hard to score your points and then concede with not ease but relatively quickly afterwards.
Service over. 10-15.
Silky hand skills here. Oh, didn't quite clear the net. Well, is there a comeback on? Is the question on everybody's lips right now.
Return the shuttle.
Well, you've got to love that firm umpiring from Trish Gubb. There's no messing with her, that's for sure. Just what the players kind of like, know exactly where they're at, boxed in.
A backline barrage from Kong at the moment. Absolutely relentless with her power back there.
Service over. 12-16.
Well, the experience of this lady in your picture,
You must get ready quicker.
Kim So-young, is just holding fort and stabilizing, steadying the ship with her young compatriot at her side. Always going, wasn't it?
Service over. 17-12.
And there's not been that much of a response from the Japanese, has there? They've just been denied time and can barely sort of get a real foothold in the match as a consequence and be as creative as they'd normally like. Be unable to spread the play.
Yeah, they've just really been unable to come up with an answer for the power of Kong, but we've seen another mistake from the racket of Takahashi. There's been a few this
18,
game from her.
12.
But also the structure of the way the Koreans move around each other is really effective.
And she's not enjoyed her time on center stage today. You can tell from the body language.
Service over. 13-18.
Matsutomo still looking focused and intent, but there's a lot of work to be done here. Three in a row for the Japanese. Is the comeback on?
Play.
See some advice from the more experienced Kim there. Just a couple of words to Kong to keep the composure.
Takahashi re-engages with a telling
16,
smash of her own.
18. Return the shuttle. Play.
Well, the run of points stops at 4 consecutive for Team Japan.
19,
Koreans
16.
do well there to halt that path. Again, look at how animated and expressive the Koreans are. Two points away now from the title.
Match point 16.
Four championship points then for the massive underdogs.
Service over. Change. 17-20. Play.
2 match points saved.
18-20.
Matsutomo has been utterly focused, even right under siege. There's no waning in her level. But there it is. Third time lucky for Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young of Korea. The world number 30 pair have been a revelation in women's doubles, winning the World Tour Super 300 New Zealand Open here. The picture is bright, and they've powered to victory.
21-18.
And absolutely delight in what they've just done. 4 Japanese seeded pairs they've torn through. Number 1, 2, 3, and 6 seeds from Japan they've taken out in some style. And, well, an amazing match, quite frankly, from the Koreans. So Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young of Korea take the title in women's doubles at the New Zealand Open. Confirmation of the scoreline. 21-15, 21-18 in 48 minutes played.
Well, let's hear from our champions. Incredible. Yesterday, you were so exhausted after that match. Where do you get the energy?
어제 경기를 너무 힘들게 했는데 어떻게 해서 오늘 이렇게 경기를 잘하면서 어떤 힘이 발휘했는지 오늘 물어봅니다.
일단 응원해주신 분들 감사드리고요. 어제
I just want to say thank you for all Korean support. Thank you so much.
어제 많이 뛰고 해서 너무 힘들었는데 오늘은 그 경기 때문인지 하나도 힘들지도 않고 몸이 좀 더 좋았던 것 같아요.
Yesterday with the hard match, in order to we have a more good performance, and then also we can do it that mind to keep going for us, so we can win today.
Congratulations, ranked 30 in the world, but they are the champions here in New Zealand at the Badminton Thompson New Zealand Open.
Well, all smiles from the Koreans. What a week it's been. Kim So-young's been up to 4 in the world with a previous partner, and well, now will they be able to go higher up the rankings? They're number 30th at the moment. They win to Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young. On to our presentation ceremony next.
Stand by for our presentation, everyone. We'll be underway momentarily for our presentation for the women's doubles. Welcome to the presentation for the Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Badminton Open Women's Doubles. Our presenters from QE Express, Ronnie Zhu. From ACG Schools, Danny Chan. And President of Badminton Oceania and BWF Vice President Geraldine Brown. We first recognise our officials for this match. Please acknowledge our umpire from New Zealand, Trish Gubb. And our service judge from Australia, Sheehan Lim. Runners-up in the women's doubles at the 2019 Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Open from Japan, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi. The 2019 Barfoot and Thompson New Zealand Open Women's Doubles Champions from Korea, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young.
Well, they've been delighted all week, all smiles.
Once
particularly
again,
the
put your
team
hands
in black
together,
from
everyone.
Korea, Kim So-young and Kom Hee-young. What a tournament that was for them. Coming up next, the men's singles, and Ka Long from Korea taking on Jonathan Christie of Indonesia.